If I told you that $100 could become $67,000 without you adding another single dollar, you would probably think I am lying, but here is the truth. Compound interest is the closest thing to a money printing machine that regular people can actually use. The problem, almost nobody explains it the right way. And the banks, they definitely do not want you to understand this. So today, I am going to break it down so simply that even a 10-year-old could become a millionaire from this knowledge. Stay until the end, because I will reveal the one thing about compound interest that literally nobody talks about. Let's go. So first, what exactly is compound interest? Let me make this stupid simple. Imagine you have a piggy bank. You put in $100. At the end of the year, the bank gives you $10 as a thank you. That is simple interest. But compound interest, that is different. That is when you take that $110 and put it all back in. Now you are earning interest on $110, not just $100. And next year, you earn interest on $121, then $133, then $146. See what is happening? Your money is making money, and that money is making even more money. It is like a snowball rolling down a hill, small at first, but it gets massive. Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he said it or not, the math backs it up. Now I know what you are thinking. Oh no, math, but relax. I am going to show you the only formula you will ever need, and it is stupid simple. Here it is. It equals P times 1 plus R raised to the power of T. Sounds complicated. It is not. P is your starting money. Let's say $100. R is your interest rate. Let's say 10% or 0.10. T is time in years. So if you leave $100 invested at 10% for 30 years, it equals 100 times 1.10 to the 30th power. That equals $1,745. Your $100 turned into $1,745, and you did not do anything except leave it alone. That is the magic. Time is the secret ingredient. Not hard work, not luck, time. Let me blow your mind with real numbers. You are 20 years old. You find $1,000. Maybe it is a birthday gift from grandma, or maybe you saved it from a summer job. You invest that $1,000 in a simple index fund that returns 10% per year, and then you literally forget about it. Fast forward to when you are 60 years old. That $1,000 is now worth $45,259. But wait, it gets crazier. If you were 20 years old and invested just $100 per month, by age 60, you would have over $632,000 from just $48,000 of your own money. The rest, pure compound interest. That is not a typo. That is not a scam. That is just math working in your favor. But here is what most people do instead. They keep it in a savings account earning 0.5%. That same $100 per month would only become about $52,000 after 40 years. Banks are getting rich off your ignorance. Here is where it gets really interesting. Look at this graph. This is why your parents are always yelling at you to start investing early. In the first 10 years, your money grows from $1,000 to about $2,593. Pretty good, but nothing crazy. The next 10 years, it goes from $2,593 to $6,727. Getting better. But watch what happens in years 21 through 30. That same $6,727 explodes to $17,449. The last 10 years alone added more money than the first 20 years combined. And years 31 through 40, it jumps to $45,259. Nearly half of all your gains happen in the last decade. This is why time is everything. Every year you wait costs you thousands. Every single year. Start at 25 instead of 20. You could lose $500,000 by retirement. That is not a guess. That is math. Let me show you something that will change how you think about money forever. This line, that is saving money. You put in $100 and you have $100 plus whatever you added. Linear, predictable, boring, this curve that is compound interest. It starts slow, almost flat. You might think this is not working. But stay patient. That flat line starts curving up, then up more. Then it goes almost vertical. Saving money is walking upstairs. Compound interest is riding an escalator that keeps getting faster. At first, the stairs are easier. But give it time and that escalator leaves everyone behind. Let's make this super practical. Say you can save $200 per month. That is about $50 per week. Maybe you skip a few fancy coffees and one dinner out. Here is what happens if you invest that $200 per month in a diversified index fund earning 10% average returns. After 10 years, you will have about $38,000. You only put in $24,000. You are already winning. After 20 years, $100,000. You put in $48,000, but you have $100,000. Your money has literally doubled your contributions. And after 30 years, you are looking at $230,000. You put in $72,000, but you have $230,000, more than 3 times what you put in. And if you started at 20 and kept going until 60, over $630,000 from $200 a month. No lottery tickets, no crypto gambling, just boring, consistent investing in time. Here is the mistake that costs people hundreds of thousands of dollars. They think a savings account is enough. I will just put my money in the bank. It is safe there. Yeah, it is safe. And it is also growing slower than inflation. Let me explain. The average savings account pays 0.5% interest. Meanwhile, inflation is about 3% per year. So your $100 today, in 10 years, it can buy less than $85 worth of stuff. You are actually losing money by keeping it in a savings account. But if you put that money in a simple index fund, even being conservative at 7% average return, your money actually grows. Real growth, real wealth. The difference between these two choices over 40 years, it could be $500,000 or more. That is not a rounding error. That is the difference between retiring comfortably and working until you are 75. But wait, what about inflation? Doesn't it eat away at your investments? Yes and no. Inflation is real. It reduces your money's value by about 3% every year on average. But here is the thing. If your investments are earning 8 to 10% per year, you are still growing 5 to 7% after inflation. That is like running up an escalator that is going down. You are still going up, just a bit slower. The key is this: your investments need to beat inflation. And historically, the stock market has done exactly that. For the last 100 years, the S&P 500 has averaged about 10% per year. That is before inflation. After inflation, it is still about 7%. Your money is still growing, still compounding, still building wealth. Inflation is an obstacle, not a dead end. Here is a cheat code for your brain. It is called the Rule of 72, and it is ridiculously simple. Take the number 72 and divide it by your interest rate. The result, that is approximately how many years it takes for your money to double. Let's try it. 72 divided by 8% equals 9 years. So if you are earning 8% per year, your money doubles every 9 years. At 10%, about 7.2 years. At 6%, 12 years. This rule helps you instantly see how powerful your returns are. And here is the mind-blowing part. If you start with $10,000 at age 25 and earn 10%, you will have $160,000 by age 65. That is 4 doublings. $10,000 becomes $20,000, then $40,000, then $80,000, then $160,000, without adding a single dollar more. The Rule of 72 is your best friend. Use it. Okay, here is the part that nobody talks about. And honestly, this changed my entire perspective on money. The biggest gains from compound interest do not come from picking the right stock. They do not come from timing the market. They do not come from some secret investment strategy. They come from starting early. Let me put it this way. 2 people, both investing the same amount. Person A starts at 25 and invests $200 per month until 65. Person B starts at 35 and invests $400 per month until 65. Person B put in twice as much money, but person A still ends up with more money at retirement. Why? Because those first 10 years of compound interest are worth more than the next 30 years of extra contributions. The number one financial advice I can give you is this: start today, not tomorrow, not next month, today. Even if it is $25, even if it is $50, just start. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe. We break down money topics every week in ways that actually make sense. Drop a comment. Are you already investing or are you just starting out? I read every single one. And if you want to learn the next step after compound interest, watch this video right here. I will see you there.